talked about you on many occasions, but now you're finally with us, and it's great to have you on here tonight. So if you could, Chris, give us a little bit of your personal background before SkillsUSA, because you've had a long career in car audio.
Yes, in '73 I got drafted and went in the Navy and got out real quick because they signed a treaty and I got to come home. And I came home to a wife and no job.
Oh no!
So I was working fast foods, and my aunt's next door neighbor worked for a company that put in radios into factory cars, put the antennas on the AM radios, everything. They had nothing. Fiat's, GM's, nothing had radios. So we were starting from scratch and adding. Then we got into AM FM and AM FM stereos, and then from there I went into working for OEM installations, doing Ford and Delco radios in the cars, taking out the AM radio and adding speakers and just factory 8-track tape decks.
Wow.
And then
so you were an expediter before expediting was a thing.
Yes. Yeah, we expedited, and I did that for about 10 years, the first 10 years in the industry. And then I moved to another company called NHR Auto Radio, then General Mobile Electronics, which their retail in is known as Allen Ed's Auto Sound.
Oh,
which is a very famous company out here on the West Coast, a kicker dealer and Sony dealer. And from there, they sent me, I knew nothing about retail installation. I knew how to OEM. So they sent me to a thing called RTTI at Rockford Fosgate with a gentleman named Ron Trout and Wayne Harris.
Good programs.
So I went there and learned, they taught me how to burn a pencil lead.
Wait, tell us about that. I've seen that demo.
They hooked up a positive, negative of the speaker and just turned on the amp, full power, and it melted the pencil lead. It caught fire and melted it.
So they took the amplifier outputs and they wired it to a pencil both ends sharpened. Yes. So that basically the load was just the graphite in that pencil. That was the pencil
lead. Yes, and that was it.
Impressive.
And that was the old Punch 45 amplifier. It did not shut down.
Amazing. Good demo.
Yeah. And so that was demos that got me excited. They taught me how to design boxes from scratch, not your cheating stuff Kicker has with all the directions in the box. I had to take all the cues.
Real math.
Using real math to cue and all those numbers they had. We had to design the perfect box.
Wow.
That wasn't perfect. They were garbage because we didn't know what we were doing. And then with Allen Ed's, and I did more from that, and then did that for about 20 years with Allen Ed's, and then LA Unified School District approached me, a gentleman who worked for Vehicle Security Alarm Systems, worked for them teaching, and said, you'd be a perfect teacher.
Wow.
And I made the same as I did in the shop, but I only had to work Monday through Friday, 6 hours a day.
That's great.
So not 18-hour days in the shop, customers yelling at you. And I taught kids how to get excited about car audio. And I had, like 30, 35 students a day, 6 days a week. And then they had a thing called SkillsUSA. I knew nothing about it. And they told me I needed to join because the principal liked you in skills.
Yeah.
So the first contest I entered, there was no mobile electronics or car audio contest because
now let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Back then, wasn't it referred to as VICA, Vocational Industrial Clubs of America?
Yes, the first year I got in was the first year of SkillsUSA. So we had VICA jackets and Skills jacket. Yeah, it just changed over recently. And I got in, and they said I could enter something called job demonstration. Nice. Which is a weird contest. You have to, it's for anybody can enter it. Any job you had, and you had to talk in front of 3 judges, make eye contact, and do a skill while you talk to them.
Okay.
Which I had my guys wire relays. And
nice.
Jacob, how many car stereo installers that you can know keep eye contact and wire a relay?
Probably none of us.
Yeah. So
I probably couldn't.
No, I couldn't either. They bombed out. So I got mad, and a gentleman that worked for a company, ETG Marcraft, which is Educational Technologies, and they make trainers for schools. They approached Skills because they did computer repair, and they wanted to start a mobile electronics contest.
Okay.
And at the same time, we started an internship with Best Buy.
Nice.
So the students would enter my class, complete half the class, then come to school 20 hours and work in Best Buy for 20 hours.
Wow.
And then we got the skills. Kevin and I got the contest going, and we had what you guys saw when you guys came to the contest was about 100 times better than the first year we had the contest.
You had a lot of time to grow it, for sure.
Yeah, and I have to say the stuff we did was, we had no money to run it, and we did it all ourselves. So we didn't have the backing of like we do now. We'll get in. So we ran it, and we had it going for 10 years. And then 2 years ago, after COVID, there was an article written on the contest, and Aaron saw it, and Scott Dillback saw it. And welcome aboard, Aaron. We now have you guys, and we're going strong. And I could see, I love it. I love it, Jacob. I love it. That's speaker board.
This is Jacob's handiwork, and we're going to play with this and another display that he built when we're finished with you tonight.
Yeah, so Chris, once you get done with the interview, pop in and you'll see the fully completed amplifier display, and we'll kind of show you what they're both all about.
Okay, good.